It's session 5 recap right here, right now. And session 5 is always something that's overlooked by wrestling fans. From my experience of going to nationals tournaments since I was a child with my dad, we would show up to session 5 a little late. We'd always go. But it would always be a question, do we want to stay in? Do we want to... And we didn't do the drinking thing or anything, right? Yeah, just the stands. If you go to nationals on session 5, you can sit anywhere you want, essentially. And I wonder how the attendance was this time around. As I didn't see. I always watched the Matcast. No commercials, no nothing. I just get to watch wrestling. For $12.99 for 1 month out of the year, I get ESPN Plus every single year, and it's this year. I imagine everything will go to Flow eventually. And to be honest, I hope it does, because we'll get better coverage and we'll be paying into wrestling and the media for wrestling rather than ESPN. All right. I have to get into something. And it is in regards to the All-Americans. I must give credit to where it's due. You guys wrestle in the wrestling room all year to get to this moment. Yes, we want to be in the finals, but guess what? You're an All-American, and nobody's taking that from you. For as long as you live, you will have that placement next to your name in the year that you did it. And when you look back, you'll be happy about it, I'm sure. Maybe it'll still eat you alive and whatnot, but that's just about the story that you're telling yourself about it. And you can change that story, man. You can. It is amazing a feat that you got to be an All-American in 2026. Drake Ayala, thank you for everything, man. I've loved watching you wrestle. Patrick Kennedy, thank you for what you have done for our wrestling. And I'll give you a reaction that they both got in their match, at the end of their match. And it goes something like this. I hope you felt that. How that is. What these people, what these humans are what they're creating in their life, what they're achieving to become an All-American, and at the rate that Drake Ayala and PK did it, I am an Iowa Hawkeye fan, and I thank you for what you've done for the sport, what you've done for the program. Thank you. Now, moving on. Congrats to all the All-Americans, and congrats to all the people, all the wrestlers that decided to go out there in session 5 and wrestle. There were 8 medical forfeits. Now, I go to nationals tournaments, like I said, when I was growing up. Med forfeits happen. It's the end of the year. Nobody's healthy. Absolutely nobody is healthy. Okay, and I don't have any inside information whatsoever. I am a fan of the sport. I love wrestling, okay? There are 33 wrestlers in each weight class, 330 competitors in the entire tournament. They would do anything to wrestle on this day, I'm sure of it. Granted, there are situations. Zack Ryder, medical forfeited. That man was hurt all tournament, and you could see when he won in the blood round. And then he did. He lost the 7th and 8th. Did he lose the 7th and 8th place match? Like to go for 7th and 8th, or did he? Forgive me, okay? Yeah, he wrestled. He wrestled as long as he could. He became an All-American. Good job, Zack Ryder. Amazing story for you. Echemendia also, both of his matches. I don't have any information on that, if he's hurt, whatever's going on. I imagine he is. He would wrestle. At least I believe. Okay. The Ferraris. I forgot about Angela. Okay, there were 10 There were 10 medical forfeits. I forgot about AJ at heavyweight. 10 medical forfeits. And both of the Ferrari brothers did not wrestle. And this is what I had, Angelo is healthy enough to wrestle. I know he's been hurt all year. Angelo is healthy enough to wrestle. Why not wrestle? AJ Ferrari, you looked perfectly fine. Younger went out and got it against you 15-6. Against you. I shouldn't talk to you guys like that. Against AJ Ferrari, younger Batista went and got it. AJ Ferrari, medical forfeits. There didn't seem to be anything wrong other than he lost in the semis. That's my humble opinion. It's my humble opinion. And go out and wrestle. It's the last opportunity that you get in this season to go and wrestle. Why wouldn't you go and wrestle? Unless you are actually extremely hurt and not going out there. Makes sense, right? If it makes sense, okay, it makes sense. But I think things. Especially, Waters wrestled a match and Blaze wrestled a match. And then they medical forfeited their 5th and 6th place matches. Why? Go out there and wrestle. Go out there and wrestle. Waters, it's your last opportunity. Blaze, you can go get 5th place, man. I'm happy Andrew Sparks got 5th place. I'll say that. He had himself a hell of a tournament. And it's his senior year. I'm glad to see him go out in 5th. But I want to see wrestling too. And Shapiro, I will say, in the blood round, he looked relieved to get All-American status, which rightfully so. That's what it is. They're all there to get on the podium. Period. End of story. Have their names etched in stone as an NCAA All-American for the rest of their lives. Okay? Shapiro has done it at least 3 times. And then he didn't go out and wrestle the 7th and 8th place match today. I know no information. I like watching wrestling, especially in session 5, where I get to watch the best wrestlers of the year go at it. All right, I'm done with that. 125 pounds are all Americans, baby. Let's give some flowers. We're done talking about how I want people to wrestle. But that's just me. I'm a fan. Forgive me. And nothing personal. I love watching wrestling. And when I see med forfeits in session 5, I have questions. That's all. Robinson avenged Spratley to get into the 3rd place match. There was a lot of vengeance for Robinson throughout this tournament. Klinsky got beat by Volk 14-1 in the 7th place match. Jory Volk, congratulations on getting 7th place. Klinsky from Ryder, congratulations on getting 8th place. The 5th and 6th place match, Spratley won over Moran, and Provo won over V-Rob in the 3rd place match. Congratulations, Provo from Stanford. V-Rob from NC State, Spratley from Okie State, Moran, Indiana getting someone on the podium. We love to see it. And then the final tonight will be Lillidahl and McGowan. I have Lillidahl winning pretty handedly. Lillidahl just finds a way to win. I believe it's going to be a close match. All right, on to 133 pounds. Drake Ayala wrestled Seidel in the first match to see who goes for 3rd. Seidel put it on him. Really, the top 4 in that weight class are the top 4 in that weight class, just like we all thought. And they're all freshmen. And one is supposed to be in high school right now. Absolutely nuts. Which set up, because Blaze beat Tyler Knox in Tech Fall, which sets up the Blaze Seidel match that we've all wanted to see. Van D and Bird for 7th. Van D, he went and got it. And he got a ride out. And forced it to OT. And then went and got the takedown in OT. And great career for Lucas Bird. 4-time All-American. National champion last year, gets 8th place. Crazy stuff. And I said Van D and the Huskers do it again. Didn't think Vandy would All-American. I can't remember if I put it in my bracket or not, but I don't think I did. Um, yeah. Congrats to Vandy. Great career, Bird. I enjoyed watching you. Alrighty. Let's go. Drake versus Knox. Drake got yellow's last match as an Iowa Hawkeye. He gets his hand raised, 16-5 major decision. Love to see it. Love to see it. And the round of applause I gave earlier, yeah, just know. I'm all alone in my RV. I'm all alone. I love my Iowa Hawkeyes, though. Blaze and Seidel. Got the match we asked for. Said Seidel, can Matt wrestle with Blaze? 100%. The Seidel is better at mat wrestling than Blaze is. That's what I saw. Rode him throughout the entire second period, and Seidel won the match 5-0. Interesting stuff there. Okay, let's go through the All-Americans. Seidel is your let's start from 8. Bird, your 8th place from Illinois. 7, Van D from Nebraska. 6, Tyler Knox from Stanford. Number 5, Drake Ayala, baby, from Iowa. 4, number Blaze from Penn State. And number 3, Seidel, Virginia Tech. And it will be Jax and Davino tonight. And Jax will force action. So, man, it will be an exciting match. Because Davino, outside of Jax, like before Jax came in, Davino was the most exciting 133-pounder. And Seidel. Seidel was putting up points on top. But, sometime we'll get Davino and Seidel, I imagine, sometime down the road. But I want to see that matchup too. Jax is winning, okay? Jax is winning. And to everyone that's ever questioned that throughout the year, I don't understand. He beat Vito Araujo. He beat Vito Araujo to get on the senior world team and go wrestle in the world championships. He almost got bronze beating Yaguev from Russia. What else do you need this kid to do? You needed him to beat Aaron Seidel. You needed him to beat Kyler Larkin to say, oh, I think he's ready. I think he's ready. He's been frickin' ready. He's been ready. I digress. 141 pounds. Nogel. This is notable. And I don't know if this is true throughout the entire bracket, but I heard Mike McMillan mention it on the Mattcast broadcast. Nogel from Air Force. He only wrestled to wrestle all the way back from the first round. He did not get to the third place match, unfortunately. I was cheering for him to do so just because I love those stories. Those stories of someone getting beat in the first round wrestling. You imagine that journey? So many ups and downs. Tons. And it was up until they got to the 5th place. To go to 3rd place match, it would be the Conti semis, okay? But, yeah, good job, Nogel. And then Nogel got into the 5th place match and earned himself a medical forfeit from Echemendia to place 5th. So shout out Nogel from Air Force. Composto and Henson. Henson was controlling the match, up 3-0. And then, yeah, Composto had a whizzer in. Okay, on Henson's single leg, and he just fell off to his side. Lateral dropped him and sealed that shit up. Pinned him for 7th place. Congrats, CJ Composto from Penn. Lockhaven, 8th place. Echemendia, Iowa State, number 6. Nogel, number 5. And that brings us to the 3rd place match. Brock Hardy received a medical forfeit from Echemendia. Okay. So, had a little break. But guess what? Brock Hardy was injured. Brock Hardy was not 100%. This was also Brock Hardy's last match in his long 6-year career. And it's understandable as to why someone like that would go out onto the mat in this moment. But my point is, He put it all out on the mat, regardless if he was 100% or not. We are in the NCAA Championships in Session 5 placement round. And he went out there in his third place match against Stanich, got beat 7-2, but he went out there. And you know what Brock Hardy got? A standing ovation. A standing ovation from the wrestling crowd. Why? He put it all out on the mat, and he has his entire career. And guess who was standing in his RV, giving him a round of applause? This guy. I was. We love it. We love Brock Hardy. We love what he's brought to the sport. He is one of the most amazing scramblers I've seen wrestle. He's funky, and he creates action. I love it. And guess what? Everybody else does too. That is a wrestling fan. So get on me about the 1-1 sudden victories and what I have to say about defensive wrestlers making folk-style wrestling boring. I want action. And everybody else does too. Maybe not everybody. Maybe people like watching those matches. I don't know. But I'm going to get off my soapbox. Hardy, 4th place from Nebraska. Stanich, Lehigh. Stanich, he's going to cause problems in 141 if he stays there. And then in the final, we will get Vega and Mendez, which is what everybody has been looking forward to in this weight class, even though people want to say it could be Hardy and Mendez. Nobody really wanted to see that match again. Nobody really did. Mendez-Vega. I got Mendez. I think Vega can pull it out. Now, I know that's not a crazy take. It's the finals. But I think Vega can pull it out. All right? 149 pounds. Okay, the 7th place match in 149 in session 5. Or Wazalewski got a takedown early, and there was injury time, and Swiderski just sat in the crowd. It was like so long. I don't know how many minutes it was. I wasn't keeping track. It was a long time though, and there were matches going on the other 3 mats the whole time, and it was like the heavyweight match in the 7th placing was already going on, and then the 5th place matches already started, and 149 was one of the first 4 that were started in 7th place placement matches. So yeah, it took forever. Composto getting in after the match, or it's not Composto, it was Wazalewski. I'm sorry, I wrote down Composto. Penn, I saw Penn. Okay, yeah, he got in his face after the match. I don't know what the hell. I mean, it's okay. It's perfectly fine to be excited about getting 7th place, but getting in Swiderski's face. I mean, and it's not fun wrestling Swiderski, I imagine. That man's coming after you the whole match. And that's what I love about Swiderski, to be honest. But you could just see David Taylor after the match, just so calm, collected. Like, and then kind of looking at Wazalewski, like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know why you're acting this way. But I did. I wrote down David Taylor will be one of the greatest coaches ever. Not a hot take. I understand. Okay? But the way he does it is different. And it's different from Kale. Like, David shows emotion. David Taylor shows emotion. So you can see the love he has for his kids that he coaches. And the journey that they go through, and I just freaking love it. And he loves Casey Swiderski, rightfully so. Casey Swiderski puts it out on the mat every single time. And there was someone saying that he was dirty in the quarterfinal match with Shane Van Ness, the person I was having a conversation with over Reddit, okay, and telling me I'm ignorant to how Swiderski wrestles and how it's dirty. It's just, I mean, he's chippy. He's chippy, but dirty, chippy. I don't know. I like seeing action. He creates it. And he does have a hot head. Okay? I love Swiderski. I'll stand by that man. I would go to war with that man. Okay. Another notable thing I had that third place against Lamer and McNeil was a great match. Great action at the end of the second period. They had a sequence that was just great action. Nobody scored. It was 4-3 going into the third. Lamer went down 5-3. He was up, and then McNeil take down a near fall for third place, and four-time All-American. Four-time All-American. Was at UNC for his first three and got his fourth at Michigan. And I'm happy for McNeil based on how his season went this year. And like he had a rough season, a rough go at it at the beginning, and then he turned it on when he needed to turn it on. He turned it on when he needed to turn it. Went and got third. After, a pretty devastating loss to Aiden Valencia, I imagine. His senior year, his only opportunity that he has to get to the finals. He lost to a 10 seed. His bracket broke. He lost to the 10 seed. It wasn't Jackson Joy. But Aiden Valencia, it's Aiden Valencia. He's great. And that's a great 10 seed. Not arguably one of the best 10 seeds in the tournament, given McGowan and himself in the final. Okay, let's go through All-Americans. Swiderski, 8th place, Oklahoma State, at 149 pounds. Okay, Wazalewski from Penn, 7th. Oh, I forgot to talk about Ryder Block. Ryder Block lost his first match and his second match. Lost his first match to, I think McNeil, and then lost a guy. But Ryder frickin' Block. All-American, baby. 6th place. From Iowa. Number 5, Colin Guy, Virginia Tech. Number 4, Chance Lamer. I am proud, happy for Chance Lamer as well. He had a rough year at Cal Poly. He was doing great, in my opinion. I don't know why he left, but he went to Nebraska. So, not a bad school to go to, I'd say. Placed in 4th. Happy for him. Lachlan McNeil. It's a feel-good story. Chance Lamer and Lachlan McNeil is a great story. It's a great feel-good story, especially throughout this year. 3rd place for Michigan. And then Aiden Valencia and Shane Van Ness. Aiden Valencia goes and gets it. That's my pick. He's been going and getting it all tournament. Doesn't matter who's out on the mat. He's getting that takedown in the third period. And he's scoring freaking points. And both these guys score points. So that's a fun matchup. 149. I wasn't expecting the final to be that fun of a matchup, but Aiden Valencia has turned it on. It's going to be a great matchup. All right, 165. And I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the broadcast. Caesar Alvin is the first, I believe, I was listening to a podcast with Mike Mao, and he had Donnie Pritzoff on his Athleter podcast, and Donnie Pritzoff had mentioned that the highest placement they have is a 4th place guy. All-American. Not anymore. Caesar Alvin, number 3, in the weight class of 165 pounds. Who would have guessed that? Not me. I didn't even know who Caesar Alvin was. But guess what? Caesar Alvin is fun to watch. Donnie Pritzloff, great job with your guys. You had a great tournament. Your guys were wrestling well. Whenever I saw them, they were wrestling. They were getting after it. And no one more than Caesar Alvin, baby. When it all started with beating Ladarian Lockett. In this tournament, anyway. It all started whenever Caesar Alvin decided that he was going to be an All-American. And then he decided, I'm going to do better than anyone has in my program history. And he did! 3rd place. Caesar Alvin over Nico Ruiz. Huge. And he beat Andrew Sparks to get into the 3rd place match. So, huge. And Blaze and Sparks. Blaze, I know you didn't get in the 3rd place. Joey Blaze, I understand you did not get in the 3rd place match, but Why medical forfeit your last match of the year? I don't get it. Again, this isn't personal. I'm a fan. I want to watch you wrestle. I want to watch you wrestle, Joey Blaze. Every time I get to watch you wrestle, guess what? My eyes are on it. Why? You're exciting. You're a good wrestler. I want to see you kick ass. All right. That's what I got for 165 pounds. Let's do the All-Americans. Number 8, Patty Gallagher. Good tournament for Patty Gallagher. Proud of him. Bryce Hepner. North Carolina pride, baby. I'm about to become a resident. Well, I live here. Lived here since July 2025. I'm basically a resident. And I'm staying here. Okay? Way to go, Bryce Hepner. UNC Power. Number 6, Joey Blaze. Purdue. Number 5, Andrew Sparks, Minnesota. Placing 5th. Amazing. Proud of that guy. Nico Ruiz, Arizona State. 4th. Caesar Alvin of Columbia, the highest placer in program history. Caesar Alvin, 3rd place, 165 pounds. And we got Mikey Caliendo versus Mitchell Messenbrink in the final. Mitchell Messenbrink is 8-0 versus Caliendo. Caliendo was closing the gap last year. This year, it just looks as if Messenbrink just keeps getting better, and he was already the best. So, Messenbrink wins. Caliendo keeps it close. That's my prediction. Yep. I was going to say 9 out of 10 times Messenbrink will win this match. This is the 9th time. So, Caliendo, more times you wrestle someone, the more opportunities you get. We'll see what happens. I want to see Mike. And shout out Mikey. 36 years now. Iowa Hawkeyes have a finalist. Let's go, Mikey. 174 pounds. Patrick Kennedy. Last 2 matches as a Hawkeye. He went out and got it in 10 seconds against Wask. A takedown, that is, 3-0. And he won the match 11-1. And Wask fell down into the 5th place match. Steed went and got Wask. Also, Danny Wask, 3 times in this tournament, I have observed him use, and I said in my previous videos, the scoreboard. I meant the scorer's table. In 2 of his matches, he used the scorer's tables to get out of takedowns. In the match against Cam Steed had him on his back, was damn near pinned, and guess what? Danny Wask goes and puts his foot on the floor, which is not the mat. And due to the rules, the ref has to say, "Oh, I blew the whistle. Action over. Now, this is nothing against Danny Wask. Danny Wask is wrestling by the rules. And he's getting, I got no problem with Danny Wask doing what he's doing. I'm just saying, rule change. And maybe something crazy. Put all the 8 mats on a stage. And then put the scorer's table level with the stage. Why can't we do that? Why is it so impossible to do that? I've seen the Nationals wrestling tournament multiple times in my life in person. I have seen multiple takedowns that would have been takedowns not be takedowns because of the scorer's table. Rant over. Where were we? 174 pounds. Kennedy. Karchla in the 3rd place match. One of the most exciting Karchla and PK matches ever. If you don't remember, in the quarterfinal recap, I had talked about how you look at this match on the front side, and it's going to be 1-1. In my mind, on the back side, It's PK's last match. Go put it all out there. And guess what? Both of these boys did that. Both of these men did that. And it was awesome. Okay, let me go through it. Kennedy got the first takedown. No. Karchla got the first takedown. 3-1. End of first. PK goes down. No, Karchla went down, got up 4-1. PK went and got the takedown 4-4. And then, yeah, Kennedy took down after it was 5-4 when Karchla got an escape. Tied it up 5-5. They did not go into overtime. Okay? They did not go into overtime. PK went and got a freaking takedown. And he got a riding time point to make it 9-6. And I just put round of applause. And that's exactly what I did. I stood up and I gave Patrick Kennedy a round of applause in my RV. Buddy, I hope you could feel my energy. I love you, man. A Chevy truck, baby. That's what Shane Sparks calls you. And it's a perfect definition for you. It's a perfect analogy for you, brother. All right. Number 8 at 174 pounds, MJ Gaton. Great tournament. Iowa State. Love to see the Cyclones get on the podium. Number 7, Bowman, Michigan. I forgot to mention, those two were together back in high school. They worked out together. I knew it would be a fun match. In the first period, I think it was 6-5 before Bowman put him on his back Saturday night, righted him, and freaking pinned him. They put it out on the mat, all out on the mat. Those two guys, scramble fest. Every time those two get on the mat together. Number 6, and they got together. They wrestled in CKLV. I saw them wrestle in CKLV as well, and it was about the same thing. Wask of Navy, number 6. Number 5, Cam Steed of Mizzou. Number 4, Carson Karchla, The Ohio State University. Great career, Carson Karchla. You're a tough son of a bitch. Number 3, a tougher son of a bitch at the end, PK, Iowa. And we have Haynes and Minto in the final. I'm taking Haynes, although Minto has made that match interesting. And honestly, I want Minto to win because nothing happened in the duel earlier this year. But frickin' Haynes threw him off the stage into the scorer's table. And they were very clearly off the mat. Haynes had to have been aware of it. How are you not? And just threw him off the frickin' stage. And then Minto's in the splits. I'm sure you guys know. You've heard about it. But it's like, yeah. Penn State needs to stop being such a bully. And it's okay. Go ahead and be a bully on the mat. Kick someone's ass. But don't be going and throwing them off the frickin' stage. And in that same deal, okay, we won't get into the Braden Davis, Brock Hardy things. But the same duel. And it's like Penn State's trying to make some statement. Like, Nebraska got second last year. That's how I see it anyway. And yes, I'm frickin' biased. All right? A little bit. I respect Penn State. I'm just tired of seeing them win. Like they win, especially now. Okay? That's how it goes. 184 pounds. Angela Ferrari. Please answer why you did not wrestle. Please answer why you did not wrestle. Sinclair met up with Campos in the 3rd and 4th place match. And to get there, Sinclair beat Mantanona, which was a good win. I said, great tourney for Campos from American, truly. Great tourney. He's fun to watch. He goes and gets it. And I did say, I wish I could see Sinclair McAnally over Ferrari last night. Truly. Especially after how Ferrari did not wrestle today. You think Ferrari's med forfeit in the finals? If he beats McAnally last night? Everybody knows the answer to that. Great tourney by Sinclair. He went and got the best that he could. As a freshman, he is third place at 184 pounds, and he is a frickin' stud. And Ferrari's the only one to beat him. And I want another thing. I wanted to see Sinclair and Rocco because that's the one match that we haven't seen this year at 184 pounds. So, yeah. Too bad he's not in the final. I had McAnally in my bracket getting to the final anyway because I figured he'd find a way against Sinclair. But Sinclair's tough. And I'm glad. Third place, dude. Great tournament. Zach Ryder, 8th place. Oklahoma State at 184 pounds. Knightenbach from Wyoming, 7th place. Number 6, Angelo Ferrari, Iowa. Number 5, Brock Mantanona, Michigan. Number 4, Campos, American. Number 3, Sinclair from Mizzou. And it's McAnally and Welsh tonight in the final. I have McAnally winning that match. I have said I have McAnally winning that match. I will stand by that. I believe he gets one takedown and wins. And maybe Welsh doesn't attack. Jeez, please, 1-1 sudden victory. I know it's coming. We all know it's coming. We need action. It's the finals. It's the finals, guys. Go and get it. 197 pounds. 197 pounds. Stephen Little, 3-time All-American. You deserve a shout-out. Congratulations. 3 times. Crazy. And Posada, freshman, All-American. I believe true. Freshman. Do not quote me on that. I have not done my research. McDaniel and Novak. Novak won 6-3 with 3 minutes of riding time. And frickin' Gabe Arnold. Gabe Arnold! I love you, man. I love you, man. Everything you've done this season. If there's a wrestling fan that has a problem with you just because you're an Iowa guy, that's on them. You are spectacular. You're wrestling 2 weights up, Gabe Arnold, and you are 7th place at 197 pounds in 2026 NCAA championships. Man, crazy what someone can do when your mind tells you that you can. Crazy. And then Little and Novak met in the 3rd place bout, and Little pulled it out. 7-4. I didn't see that match. All right. 8th place at 197 pounds. We have John from Maryland. Congratulations. Number 7, 7th place at 197 pounds is Gabe Arnold. Number 6, we have Posada from Stanford. Hell of a tournament by Stanford. Number 5, we have McDaniel from Nebraska. Great tournament. Number 4, we have Joey Novak of Wyoming. What a great career by Joey Novak. I believe it is his senior year. Number 3, we have Stephen Little from Little Rock. Great career, sir. 3-time All-American Stephen Little. And in the final, we have Josh Barr of Penn State against Cody Merrill of Oklahoma State, in which Josh Barr will win that match. Pretty handedly, I imagine. And another note, the thing to really watch out for is if Cody Merrill gets back to the center of the mat before Josh Barr does at the end of the match. And if he does, I hope Josh Barr does his celebration. That way Cody Merrill has to stand there like he stands there at the end of every match for as long as humanly possible. That's one thing to look out for in the 197 final, boys and girls. Oh, here I am not being prepared, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did not write down the All-Americans for heavyweight before I pressed the little record button. So we'll do it right here, right now. Ben Keeter got himself into a match with Gotti Ali and lost 5-0 in the Conci semis. Doucette versus Ferrari. Doucette moves on with the medical forfeit. AJ Ferrari, what's wrong with you? Are you hurt? Actually or emotionally? Doucette, and it makes sense to be upset emotionally. Okay, lots of things happen, but tough people go out and wrestle on session 5 Saturday morning. Gatti Ali met Doucette in the third place match, and he beat Doucette 5-1. Keeter received a medical forfeit from AJ Ferrari. 5th place. I believe Keeter got 5th place last year, too. Frickin' good career so far. 2 for 2, Ben Keeter. All-American status. 2-time All-American. And then Zuba and Carroll. Carroll got a DQ. And Zuba won. And I forgot to mention this. Zuba put his shoes on the mat at the end of the match, which, if you're a wrestling fan, you know what that means. If you're not, it means he retired. He's done. I don't know if I've seen that before at the Nationals tournament. And this is coming from someone that watches the Nationals tournament religiously. Okay? I just don't remember seeing that ever. But cool thing, he's done for his career. And what a way to end your career, 7th place at heavyweight for Arizona State. All right, 8th place. Yeah, we're going to run through it because I want all these guys' names and where they're from deserve to be heard. And I'm going to give them to you. Christian Carroll from Wyoming, 8th place. Zuba from Arizona State, 7th place. Ferrari, Nebraska, 6th place. Keeter, 5th place from Iowa. 4th place, Connor Doucette, Oklahoma State. And Tay Gatti Ali for 3rd from Michigan. And honestly, one of the most intriguing matchups of the night tonight at final is Pastita versus Trumbull. And I have Younger getting the championship. He's just that good, guys. And that's how it goes. But realize that we get this tournament once a year, every single year. And my bookmark just broke out of my notebook, and that's not cool. But it's fine, because we can just tape it on the inside again, and it'll work as it should. Anyway, enjoy this. The finals, in my perception, is the most boring session of them all. And it's because it's on national TV and they have commercial breaks. And sometimes we see a lot of 1-1 sudden victory matches. And guess what? I did not take those stats in session 5. But I sure as hell will in session 6. Go Mikey Caliendo. Go Hawks. And enjoy the Wrestling National Finals for 2026. I'm out.